Okay, Chris Pre with another deal structure Sunday. We are mixing it up a bit this week. We were going through the QLS course, which we do so often to make sure it's up to date, COVID specific, climate specific. All the time we're doing this. And we had the coaches go through it, and they had some great suggestions. And in doing that, a couple of them commented and they said, hey, there's two things in there that people need to see. They need to see in the module where you went through kind of how you develop wealth, because the video was done at the end of 17. And I'm going to talk about a few things that it shows and why they said this to share it with you all. But also they brought something else up. They said the path video that's in QLS where I walk through, like when I started this, my first deal, my first 12 deals, and all the way up to where we are today, I literally share the path and say, come on, just do the same thing. You can do it slower or faster, but do the same thing. This is not brain science. Success leaves clues. So what you're about to see now in the video is that video filmed late 17. It's a screenshot. It's in our old office, so I know that's dating it. But the fact is, it does show you a couple things. It shows you, number one, where we were back then, and now fast forward, we're carrying it at any one time, 35, 40 properties up to 65 properties at any one time. And I think on the screen you're going to see, I don't know, a dozen or 18 maybe, whatever the number is. It's not a lot. But it was a lot at the time. And I can show you how to go that exact same path. We do it in QLS. If you don't have QLS, you're missing out. Just go to getqls.com or go to the website. But that's not what this is about. I want you to understand how cool it is to build a portfolio up. And then once that portfolio is built up, how you know when and how, in which deals, to make longer term in your portfolio. Which sandwiches, for example, can you convert to sub 2? Which owner financing deals can you make longer term owner financing deals? On and on this goes. It's really cool once you get into the niche. This is not about spinning out of your properties in 2, 3, 5, 7 years. And some it is, some it's not. So enjoy this video and then be thinking about this, guys. If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that predictably, profitably, while having fun, while designing a lifestyle for your family, you could do this, what on earth would stop you? Really, I don't know how blunt to be with that. So take a peek at how it looked at the end of 17. Understand you have the potential to do anything you want as you blast forward with this thing, and let's get after it together. I want to show you what it looks like when you fast forward your business, maybe 18 months, maybe 36. I'm going to show you why I say that in a minute. I don't know how long it's going to take you to accumulate a lot of property, but I'm going to give you a snapshot of our exact property list to date. So if something's been cashed out, it's not on here. If something's still in the pending mode of a sandwich lease, or we own it and it's rent-to-own tenant buyer in there, it's on this list. So I'll show you that in a second. Now, I want you to know this, guys. You can absolutely do this. I want you to dive into the QLS. I hope you schedule a strategy call with me, but I just want you to see reality. We are in the trenches every single day. And once you get your arms wrapped around the power of what we're doing here, it's very lucrative, or it can be. Okay, I don't know you yet, so I can tell you it can be very lucrative. We've got single parents, stay-at-home parents. We've got people that failed, like I did in 08, miserably financially, and had to get back up. I hope you know my story by now, and if you don't, grab the book Real Estate on Your Terms, which is an Amazon bestseller in the summer of 17, because I started out with my story. I want you to know that I was there. And so we can help you guys, and it's very important for you to know that we run a family company here and we're in the trenches. We're in the trenches every day, and so we're bringing you lessons we learned, stumbling blocks, the whole bit. It's rather unique. So I'm going to show you that first, and then I've got something pretty neat to show you. So I blocked out the properties in the far left. Take a look at the screen here. I don't want you to get too caught up. I'm going to show you the end result. But what we track, and our members have access to this chart so they can put their own properties on it. What we chart is the start mortgage balance. You see my cursor here. We chart the end mortgage balance, the sale price, the full-term profit, and then paid by our buyer to date, and then our spread monthly. Now, what I want you to know is I want to go to the end result here. These are all our properties we're currently holding. Let's go way to the bottom here. Sorry, it keeps moving. Okay, so this is important. See the very bottom here? Let me highlight it. Let me highlight this section right here, right? Let's highlight that. All right, here's what I want you to see. You have a total controlled inventory right now of about 15 million. I can tell you our associates around the country control around 7.5 million, about half what we do. So as a group, they control about 7. That's pretty cool. So seeing we didn't do it with any money down, anywhere between $10 and $500. I don't remember doing a 500, but let's just be safe and say we may have. Full-term profit of over $3 million. $3 million, guys. So what you can do is once you understand and you go through the QLS and maybe you join one of the associate levels or consulting, and once you understand the power of getting these properties set up, this is not about doing a deal or a wholesale flip or a rehab and then doing another one. That's a job. This is about putting together a business that doesn't require you at some point. Now, could myself and my kids and my wife stop accumulating properties right now if we wanted to? Sure. We got $3 million in potential cash outs. 600 of it's already been paid, so 2.4. Okay, not too bad. We've got 21,000. Look at that right there. $21,000 monthly spread difference between what we're taking in for income from our tenant buys and then what we're paying out to mortgage companies or sellers. 21,000. So what if that took you, I don't know, 24 months to build, or what if it took you 36? Frankly, what if it took you 4 years? Okay, that list didn't take us 4 years, but what if it took you 4 years? Would you be okay with that? While you go about your plan A, your job, or whatever you're doing, you can accumulate 21,000 in spreads for income. That doesn't count your cash outs. That's just your payday number 2. You'll learn about the paydays in the book if you haven't read the book yet. So I wanted you to see the big picture here and why it's so important for you to immerse yourself in the QLS, hopefully get your fingers on the seller specialist program. That would be the logical next step, or simultaneous to applying for the associate level programs. Okay, so just so you know where my head would be if I were you. We created this stuff because it works, and whatever we do here in the field, we put it out to the members. Okay, now let me show you a smaller snapshot. I'm going to take a snapshot of our last 22 properties. It's right here. Now this is pretty interesting for you to see, guys. I'm going to again move it over if I can so you don't see the properties. It doesn't matter, but it's kind of private. Okay. All right, what this represents is, let's move it up. This represents 22 properties. SW means sandwich. OF is owner financing. AO is AO, assign out. You'll get those codes in the book. Now, we've done 22. That does not count one we rented to college kids, 421 Riley, and 15C we rented out to a woman who may buy, may not, but we rented out because we've got a huge principal pay down on it. We said, let's just rent it. She's great. So, 22 deals. Now, here's why I wanted to show you this. A couple things. One, on payday number 1s. See right here, payday number, I got to go up the page a bit. Oh, there it is. So on payday number 1s, look at right here down the bottom left. We have created in the last 22 deals, took us about 10 months, let's just say. Our goal now is no longer 4 to 10 a month like it was when I started. We've got enough stuff going on. So 2 a month is more than adequate, and you'll see why. In the last 10 months, we created $585,000 in payday number 1s. 10 months, guys. We created in payday number 2s right here an additional spread of $6,273.08 monthly. Additional spread just with these deals. You see the spreads right here. Okay, you see them right here. Now I think one's missing. Actually, yeah, there are some missing right here. These 2 columns. Nope, those are AOs. That's why. Okay, so we're fine. Let's see. Payday back end. Payday number 3, $782,000. So if you take a look at 22 properties, that's 1.5, almost 1.6 million in new income created that'll close between 9 months and 48, let's say, but the average is 24 to 36, okay? So I hope this is not too much information for you, especially if you just got the QLS and you just started, but I wanted you to see the big pictures here. This is 10 months in the creation, 22 properties. What if you cut that in half and in the next month, not that fast. In the next 10 months, let's say you create, I don't know, a third of that, 7 properties. Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with a third of any of those numbers right there on the board? I think you would. I mean, my first 6 months, I would have been thrilled with that. So I wanted you to see that picture. Now, here's the other thing. Look up here. So in 2014, these were our payday number 1, 2, and 3s. In 15, we got better. In 16, we got better. And in 17, we're wrapping up our fiscal year at the time of this filming. So those are our average payday 1, 2, and 3 right here. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. And if you take out the AOs, it's the payday 3 is higher because the AOs don't have a payday 3. So this is not. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. You know, I can't do that. What it is it's our experience. The associate levels around the country, I can tell you they're about the same. They run from 45 to 100. It's the same as us. So I wanted you to see that. And then the last thing I want to share with you is this. There is some predictability here.
because we will get with you, as you'll see in the QLS, and we will say, okay, if your goal is X amount of dollars, we're going to back it down and say you have to generate this many leads for the year. Then we're going to back it out and say you have to generate this many leads for the month, and then for the day and the week. It's that predictable. So then it's just execution on your part with our help if you're an associate level or if you're in the consulting program. So now you have the exact numbers. You say if A then B, if B then C. It's that simple. And so what's the big deal here then? Your execution. And you can do it on your own, or you can lock arms with us, put it on fast forward, and just create an awesome year for yourself. So it's up to you. But I encourage you, if you're watching this as part of a follow-up for the QLS, or if I just sent it to you personally because I wanted you to see it, I encourage you to go ahead and dig deeper, apply for the associate level program if that's what you want to do. If you already did and you're in review mode, good. I hope this helped you. And I very much look forward to working with you, and so you can experience what many of the associates have, and that is just an explosion in their business and their financial life, etc. I look forward to it, and make it a great day.
All right, guys, so you had a little glimpse of what it was like in 17, and I hope a little bit of a light bulb went off in some shape, form, or fashion for you personally with where you could take this next. Let me say this, 2 things. One, I mentioned earlier, go to getqls.com and get yourself into the course. If you're already in the course, for goodness sakes, just apply to be at one of the levels we have. This is a no-brainer. We offer some very, very cheap ways to onboard now that we didn't have available 6 months ago. That's okay, so it's worth you exploring. Number 2, you see I have today, coincidentally, the Fund and Grow shirt on. If you go to smartrealestatecoach.com/resources, Fund and Grow's links in there. The presentation they did at a live event for us is in there. And I would encourage you to go ahead, watch the presentation, and at some level start getting yourself set up. Why, Chris, are you saying that? Set up yourself with Fund and Grow if you can buy with no money down. Because life happens. There will be people that perhaps mess up a house on you. There's a 2 to 5% chance where this happens. 2 to 5%. So you're going to be ready. What does ready mean? Meaning having lines of credit and things set up. Why else would you want to set up Fund and Grow? Well, you might have a deal that comes by whereby if you had an extra 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 grand, yes, we've done those small amounts, where people just needed the money to move, or needed the money for the moving truck, or needed the money for a family member, and we were able to do that, and as such capture a much bigger equity in the back end. Those options are there, guys. There's all kinds of nuances here in these deals. I want you to understand that. So go to smartrealestatecoach.com/resources and check out what Fund and Grow has to say. They're pretty cool. Now, we happen to have a few events per year, and coming up, I think, as of the time you're viewing this, will be the Biz Scaling Secrets event and the Summer of Deals event. Be sure to go to bizscaling.com and get your butt to the virtual event. There's no excuse not to be there. I don't care if you're just starting, you're trying to figure out what to do, you're a seasoned veteran, you have a $10 million wholesale business, it doesn't matter. You're going to consider this event time very well spent. And I encourage you to come and be there with us. It's going to be amazing. Guarantee you. See you soon.